Hi, Mars Hill, down here in Burien with Jared Sessler, and I wanted to have Jared share a little bit of what's happening this weekend and invite you to come and participate.
Yeah, super excited about Burien Bites, and it's just an event that we put together to support Burien and support the people of Burien and love the people of Burien. And we're here in our new facility, and really the backdrop on it is we thought, we're moving to this new facility, we should do a grand opening or something, but it's an office, it's a business, so like who wants to come to a grand opening for that? And so we thought, boy, if we could, if we could put together an event that we could do annually and support and love the community, then we could do that. It's a great opportunity to serve and be a part of it. So that's
great. Now, what time is it going to be this weekend?
So it's Sunday. Registration starts at 3, and then the restaurants are expecting people to come between 4 and 9. And what Burien Bites is it's a progressive style bite. So it's like the taste of Seattle or taste of whatever. But this one is progressive, and so you come here, register, and then you'll get a map, and there's punch stations all around town. There's different restaurants that are participating, and they'll have special dishes and things. And so it'll just be a fun little thing where you can travel from one restaurant to the next and try things, and then come back here and grab a glass of wine.
That's great.
We built a mobile app so that people can rate the restaurants, and we've got a big screen set up here for people to be able to watch that. So
that's great. Now, how can our community groups at Mars Hill get involved and help participate in serving and loving Burien?
Well, first of all, at this point, I'd say thanks to many of the community groups in the South End who did help us get the word out about Burien Bites and hanging posters and posting stuff socially. And I would encourage everybody to do that. Find Burien Bites on Facebook. It's just facebook.com Burien Bites, or go to the Burien Bites website, which is burienbites.com, and just promote that socially, whether you're coming or not. If you're going out of town this weekend, then go ahead and promote it so that more people can come. And then beyond that, we need about maybe 15 to 20 volunteers total on Sunday to show up about 2:30. We're going to do a little bit of training, and then we'll just get into it.
Great, great. Now, tell me a little bit about your story. How did you get connected with Mars Hill and get into a community group? Maybe share some of that with us.
Yeah, long story. So I'm a longtime Burien dude. I moved here when I was 4 years old in 1974, and pretty much grew up here, but really didn't know the gospel until I came to Mars Hill about 7 or 8 years ago. But I've always really had a heart for Burien and the people of Burien, and more so now that I understand the gospel, and I really want that hope to be shared among the people of Burien and in my community. And I think big picture, God has really just of late kind of showed me. I've always been a really big picture dude, where I'm just really looking at like I need to impact hundreds of thousands or 1 million people or something, and God's really showed me like, no, just 12. Just your family and maybe a few other people. And so having that narrow focus has really helped me. And then, just getting involved in Burien and, getting engaged here has been exciting for me, because I went to school here, I grew up here, I played here, I rode my bike here, I had my first car here. I mean, I just did all that stuff in Burien. And so now to have a facility where we're at, so we started in business about 10 years ago, and 12 years ago or something like that, and in the process of time, that's moved us to having this great location, which many people walk in here regularly. This used to be Jorstad Jewelers, and for 50 years, and there's probably even people watching this who got their wedding sets here, different things, and people come in all the time like, oh, I got my ears pierced here when I was 6 years old or whatever. And so anyway, we just moved here and renovated this facility for an office, and we have this beautiful common space right up on the street. And we just moved here a few months ago, really, and I believe with all my heart, this is God's gospel outpost for Burien, and we had some of that vision in mind when we moved here, but really we wanted to honor our staff and have a great place to work, and we wanted to be part of the community, but we really didn't understand how valuable it was going to be positioned as we are. And I can tell you just emphatically over just this first few months of really being here, that I feel like my fingers into the community have grown by several feet. I can't even describe it any other way. Just the opportunity to be able to love and serve the community in the ways that I get to on a daily basis, absolutely unbelievable, unfathomable. I would say my desire to encourage people to get engaged in true community, especially in my community here in Burien, is purely from the standpoint of me enjoying it so much and just seeing God's grace flowing through the things that we get to do every single day.
Now, how many businesses do you own?
A few.
Okay.
I can't answer that right off.
So
we have quite a few brands within our franchise organization. We have about 165 locations nationwide, and some up in Canada, and then locally we've got a few different things going on and some things in the hopper.
I ask because one of the things that we've been talking about at Morris Hill is to really, one, be grateful for the opportunities that God gives us to place us in positions of responsibility and influence, and then being able to steward that influence well, being able to say as managers and leaders and executives and entrepreneurs that everything that we've been given is for the express purpose of being a blessing to others. God's blessed us to bless others, to use the resources that God's given us, to use the space that God's given us, to use the businesses that God's given us as a way of caring for and loving and serving those that He wants to love and serve.
Yeah, and I would say emphatically, by God's grace, being in a position of somebody that's very blessed, there's nothing more satisfying to me than knowing the gospel myself, being able to articulate that, and being able to see other people's lives transformed by the gospel. That is the most important thing.
Well, this is a great opportunity for us to come alongside and to serve what God seems to already be doing down here in Burien. Aaron Easter is the head coach of this area, and I know that they've been talking about ways that we can connect the various community groups together to love and to serve this South region. And we've been wanting to provide just simple sort of entry door opportunities for us as a community to step up and say, okay, well, here's a simple need that we can meet. I think this is one of them that we can easily come alongside and serve. So I'd strongly encourage the community groups that are down in the South region to be part of this. I know Grace and I and our family will be here on Sunday participating as well. And any other suggestions that you have?
The other thing I would say is just whether or not you can be a part of Burien Bites or not. If you're part of the Burien, if you call Burien your gospel home in terms of wanting to be a part of this community, stop by and see me and introduce yourself and consider this outpost yours to use for the gospel. We have community groups meeting here. We're going to host Chess for Life here, so kids can come and play chess after hours. And we've got business suites that we lease out to other businesses here. And so just come by and make yourself at home. Grab a drink and come and see us. It'd be great.
That's great. Well, thanks, Jared, for your time. Really appreciate it. Look forward to seeing you guys down here at 4 o'clock on Sunday for your Burien Bites. See you then.